Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Anil Thomas. My question is from 2014. I've been waiting that my country's name, India, would be changed to Bharat,
Right.
to feel more Bharatiya.
Right.
What is your take on that?
Even I don't know, sir. We are changing names of roads but not names of the country. We are changing names of cities but not name of the country. So apparently some Mughal road has been changed to Maharaja Agrasen Road in Agra and other places. That has recently happened. We are doing all of this. Then change the name of the country. I'm with you. Please ask this question. I will join the chorus. I am completely with you on this point. And when someone tells me, नाम में क्या रखा है, अरविंद को हटा के अकबर रख दो, देख लेते हैं, या अकबर को हटा के अरविंद रख लो, देख लेते हैं. Tell me it doesn't make a difference. Of course it makes a difference. It starts with the name. What are you talking about? Why do people name? Why do people think so much behind naming a child? Are they idiots? Because name has a certain vibration, it has a certain energy. That's our belief, that's our philosophy. So if you're telling me that the name has no value, then you don't understand the power of sound. And this is a society and a culture that believes in the rich power of sound. What are you talking about? So it starts with the name, 100%. I'm with you. I'm completely with you.
Looking at the recent, if we have to apply a dharmic lens to the recent imposition and withdrawal of the farm bills, what would that look like, and how are we supposed to look at these situations and situations that are going to come up in the future as a new age Bharatiya or with a dharmic lens?
I have been trolled on social media for my position on this. Why do you want me to go through that hell and nightmare once more? So, see, my point is this. One way of looking at this is to say that the government buckled under pressure. The other way of looking at it is the Prime Minister has risked his own personal capital in terms of his goodwill in the withdrawal. And if he's taken such a serious decision, perhaps there is something to it. That's one answer. He wouldn't have done this unless and until there was something else which is not visible to the public eye. That's one level of an answer. And therefore, it takes us to the very thorny issue of the revival of the khalistani sentiment in Punjab and the law and order issues that perhaps the government was looking at if the situation were to continue or had it continued. My very limited observation, because I don't want to use the word criticism and get into trouble, is that when 1.0 version of this, which is the Shaheen Bagh protest, started, you were normalizing a certain form of occupation of our streets. You let that continue, and the only thing that successfully got those people out of their places is the Mahamari called Corona. Not anything else. And it's a sad testament that a pandemic or an epidemic had to do this, as opposed to the state doing it. And when I say the state, I also believe that perhaps the judiciary should not have indulged these sentiments beyond a point. I'm saying that as well. The second limb of the argument is, you've had one experience. Why are you allowing the second experience at a larger scale to start? So does this mean that with the right kind of faces and the right kind of occupations, this country can be occupied and anybody can have their way? Is that the message that is being sent? If yes, should we start adopting that particular approach for temple freedom and other issues? Is that the message? I don't know. Maybe that's the message, but still, my point is that I continue to believe that a government which enjoys such a popular mandate still should have put faith in its own support base, which stood by it after 370, which stood by it after CAA, which stood by it after the NRC of Assam. Despite all these protests, the silent majority has always supported you. And it is this silent majority that has given you this power. So put faith in these people as opposed to a bunch of stone pelters and stone throwers and anti-national protesters. I will also caveat this by saying I am not going to call every farmer who's participated in this protest an anti-national. Sorry, I can't do that. That would be too much of an argument to make. All I'm saying is anyone who's allowed a separatist sentiment to enter and infiltrate this movement has jeopardized their own cause and has also put at risk Bharat's security by reviving a much more dangerous issue than Kashmiri terrorism. Something that we struggled to put down, and it was a bloody put down after several years, after a lot of effort. And the healing process has been significant, and we have managed to bring it back and give it a certain degree of normalization. For me, the repealment of the farm laws is secondary, but the normalization of the khalistani sentiment is the primary problem. That is the only thing that I'm worried about. Because farmers have lived in this country, they have survived under the worst of circumstances, they'll find a way. And since the repeal of the farm laws has not translated to a backlash from the farming community, maybe it shows that they still have some faith in the government, especially the Prime Minister himself. So I'm not willing to comment on that. All I'm saying is, I just hope that we are not looking at the revival of Pakistan's K2 policy, Kashmir and Khalistan. When that happens, coupled with what's happening on the Chinese border and multiple issues across the country, along with illegal migration, you're literally looking at India being sieged from within and outside. I just hope that we are in safe hands, and I pray that is the case.